What's up, Warriors Worldwide? Whew, I know, it's crazy. Here I am, I got the red, pink skin again. What's happened? Well, I'm going to explain that in this video. Man, it's been a long time since I've shot a video. It's been a really trying last 18 months, and I'm going to explain my experience through all of that and explain the reoccurrence of psoriasis and what I'm working on now to get rid of it completely. And there's a lot to go over. I'm going to be making a lot of videos on specifics, but today I wanted to just get reacclimated with everybody who follows me and discuss everything I've been experiencing and all the beautiful people I've met and been working with. Learned so much. The main thing I've learned is that healing equals education plus action plus collaboration. I mean, that's where it's at, applying ourselves, applying myself, and trial and error and tribulation and pain and being delivered. So let me start. I just want to discuss my story a little bit for those who haven't maybe seen my other videos yet, or read my blog, or seen my Facebook or my Instagram or everywhere else that I am. Psoriasis started for me in 2003 after an ACL reconstruction surgery in my left knee. Before psoriasis, I had acne on my face. I always had odd skin issues as a kid whenever I got ill. Most of my illnesses were in my throat. Had a bad strep infection in the throat. Had mono, viral infection as a teenager. And so, and at my about 20 years old, I had the knee surgery after that. That was my first time in a hospital, and the heavy anesthesia and the heavy doses of antibiotics and steroids and everything else you need to have a surgery like that. That was the first time my body had ever been exposed to that type of heavy medication, not to mention the trauma of the surgery itself, which was pretty extensive. And after the surgery, I got ill, and about 4 months later, the first plaque of psoriasis on my scalp, and it grew progressively from there, of course, as many of us do, for the next 8 years. Over the span of 8 years, I went to dermatologists, immunologists, genealogists, specialists, rheumatologists, and of course the same thing came from most of them, which was the steroid treatments, topical steroids, which I used for many years on very sensitive areas, my scalp, of course, my face, my genitals, all over the place, trying to rub this off. And then in 2012, I went to a doctor again after I had a huge outbreak, and he suggested methotrexate, which was the first time I had ever taken that, and it had marginally good results for 2 months, and then the psoriasis came back worse, and the methotrexate really hurt my liver and my kidneys, and I was basically bedridden at 29 years old, very depressed about the whole situation. But I had a revelation that I had to get in the game at that time. I just had to take some sort of action, wrap my life around being part of the solution, taking an active role myself. And so that's what I did. And in about October of 2012, I started my natural healing journey, which was a lot of my own research and connecting with other people who were trying hard in natural healing and doing many different things. And that's the beautiful journey that I've been on for 2 years. I started in October 2012 until about April 2014, so about 18 months. I had cleared my skin completely. It was a beautiful thing. I was overjoyed, and I thought that I was done with it, and as life tends to do, it really kicked me in the teeth. I was chronically stressed. I still had problems in my life that I had to deal with, and the body was taking all that burden. Not to mention the fact I was in a celebratory mode because I had cleared my skin. I felt invincible, and so I fell away from my diet that I had developed, and not completely, but a little bit compared to how strict I was, which was, for 18 months there, doing the same juice, the same alkaline water, the same vegetarian meal every night. I mean, I was military strict about it. It was a religion for me. So I slipped away from that a little bit. In combination with the stress that hit me, I lost a dear friend to cancer, who's also my business partner, and subsequently lost my business. I had to leave Tulum, Mexico, where I was, and come back home and start again. And during that time period, all of that taking place, I felt a plaque on my scalp again. My ears started to ooze, like an infection type oozing. And then one morning I woke up very ill, like in my stomach and gut area, vomiting, convulsing. And it was about 24 hours of that. And then my abdomen exploded again in red, and it came on very fast, very fast. I guess conventionally, clinically known as erythrodermic psoriasis, where it's not really circles and plaques so much. It's just all over the body, all my legs, as you see my chest, and the shoulders, all down the back. It started to grow really fast, all down the face again. And of course, that led me into flagellating. You know, I was afraid, I was worried, I was doubting that nutrition was it, and then I got lost in my intellect, my mind. I started chasing down specific silver bullet protocols, like iodine protocols and magnesium protocols, with the goal of correcting nutrient deficiencies, and all that's good, but the body requires balance, and it requires a natural harmony. And I had taught myself this through the first 2 years. I just had to get back to it. So in this year, in 2016, with the help of a very good book I found at Medical Medium in February of 2016, which opened my eyes to a great many things about viruses, bacteria, heavy metals, which I had never even heard of or considered before, and then specific foods and herbs that helped me get refocused on that natural healing journey. And that's what's kind of led me here. I know it's working now. I've been taking in lots of herbs, and I've added a lot more fruit, which has strong phytochemical antioxidants, which helps the body dig deeper into cleansing and elimination, and also helps the tissues and cells regenerate healthy. Because that's what psoriasis, I feel, is. Just like cancer and blood disease, it's a cellular health. And there's a primary venue for sickness, which I believe is acidosis, and the body becomes very acidic. And when the body becomes very acidic, then the pathogens and the parasites which thrive in that acidic environment can overgrow and cause all kinds of complications, leading to a lot of inflammation. And these pathogens, and they're crafty. They've been evolving. They've been learning from our certain conventional medications that have been teaching them how to hide, how to confuse the nervous system and the immune system. So yeah, lots and lots to talk about. So, take a deep breath. Let me take a sip of alkaline water here. So, like I said, this story has a very happy ending. Well, I won't call it an ending, it's an ongoing journey, but the journey is a happy, positive, spiritual journey. My spirit remained intact even then when my mind fell into doubt and despair and fear. I always had that fighting spirit because I built that through the first 2 years when I made the choice. Hey man, the choice was simple. I am going to take action. I am going to get off the sidelines, and I am going to do some things every day, a little bit more each day. I'm going to build a practice. That was my choice. I have not fallen back on that. I never will. And the choice is so powerful. Conscious choices. Choosing things consciously. Making conscious decisions. That is life. That is the power of influence, comes from that. Then it's all about the challenge. You make the choice, then it's about the challenge. I just keep challenging myself, even when there's days when I don't want to get out of bed and I'm scratching myself till I bleed and I can't believe I'm going through this again. I've already cleared myself once. It's all mind chatter. The challenge is such that I'm taking action. My mind, I'm going to have bad days, going to have good days. I have to soak in the bath all the time. That's time to focus and be quiet and meditate. Positive outlook. And that just comes from challenging. And then, of course, cherishing this. Cherishing the fact that psoriasis has brought so many beautiful warriors into my life. It's brought so many people I would have never known if I didn't have this illness. There's so much power out there. I feel it in everybody. That power resonates. It's an energy that circulates and inspiring others. You know, I see so many people that at first they're down and depressed. They've gotten the faulty news that the psoriasis is an autoimmune disease and the body is attacking itself, and this is something you'll have to manage the rest of your life, and it slowly grows and it threatens your livelihood. Enough of that. I'm not a believer in the autoimmune theory, and believe me, it's just a theory. do not believe the body attacks itself. I do believe in digging down to cause and effect. The what. What is the immune system responding to? What is happening in the body? Why is it happening? How can I fix it? How can I fix it? Answer that question. What and how? That's it. The mind stays practical in what and how. There's more research. There's healers out there. There's alternative thinkers. There's alternative medicine, whatever you want to call it. There's availability to search and come up with a plan. And that's what I want to do for people, is help them come up with a plan, help them put the plan into action, and then be there to support and inspire as everyone goes through their tough trials like I'm going through. I want to touch on one last thing that's very important. Like I said, the medical medium book got me focused on metals and pathogens and specific herbs and foods that started to help and started to get me on the proper path. About 5 weeks ago, I met with an herbalist who's also a kinesiologist that's close to me here. And kinesiology, wow, incredible stuff. Kinesiology is the art of tapping into the electromagnetic fields of the body. It's used in physical therapy a lot, but specifically for natural healing, it's used to create a conduit to let the body speak to me about what's really going on and what it needs, what it doesn't need. The premise for this communication is known as muscle resistance testing, MRTs. The basic premise of a muscle resistance test is to present a question, a true-false question, or to take, say it's supplements or a certain type of water, anything you're consuming, put that up to your chest and ask, is this good for me? And then the person, the kinesiologist, attempts to pull your thumb and your pinky finger apart on one hand while you are thinking of the question, or while you're holding the supplements to your chest. And this flows through an electromagnetic field of the body. So when I sat down with the kinesiologist, I had 25 supplements, these things I'd been taking for months and spending thousands of dollars on. So we tested each one, and I was testing pretty weak. He was able to pull my thumb and finger apart with ease for the most part, and so we went through one supplement after the other. I tested strongly on about 4 of them. And then we tested the herbs that I had just started taking, and I was testing very strong on the herbs. I would hold the herb to my chest. He'd ask, is this good for the body? Is this helping heal and remove the psoriasis? And he could not pull my pinky and my thumb apart. And then we got into the very interesting part, which was the question and answer. So he poses a question, and then it's in my mind, which makes it an emotion which flows through the body. And then he tries to, once again, pull my pinky and thumb apart. So he asked, is heavy metals the primary cause of the psoriasis? And I was just grizzly bear strong. I mean, he was trying to get leverage and lift his shoulders, and he could not pull my thumb and finger apart. He then went through about 8 to 9 other toxins, being the primary cause. Parasite toxins, pathogen toxins, bacterial, virus, spiritual, electromagnetic, food allergy, food toxins. I was marginally weak, not very strong on any of those. Once again, he asked, is heavy metals the primary cause of the psoriasis? And once again, grizzly bear strong. And this is happening in the tissue. This is happening in the cellular level. This is happening in the lymphatic fluid. This is not happening in the blood. This doesn't show up on blood work. A lot of these pathogens, like I said before, they've learned a lot. They know to stay away from the blood and stay away from the white blood cells and stay away from the drugs that are used to try and kill them. So they dig deep into the tissues, and these metals cut like sword. They cut blades into the tissues, and that's where they're harboring as well. So it was an incredible visit. He gave me a special blend of a zeolite, which is for chelating the metals out of the body. And the zeolite is a cage-like molecular structure, and it has a strong negative ionic charge, whereas metals and pathogen and parasite toxins have a strong positive charge. So it attracts the toxin or the metal to it, and once it's inside of it, it's caged, and then it's eliminated from the body. And since I've been using this specifically, I've noticed after flushing a bowel movement, lots of heavy, light-colored sediment sinking to the bottom of the toilet water. This has been consistent since I've been doing the zeolite. So now I have a special secret weapon against getting the metals out. And I've had a lot of success the last 5 weeks. My healing, my skin's been clearing. It's been picking up a lot. I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to share some pictures of my whole body, give you an idea. But one example is the armpit here. This was completely, during the second phase breakout, completely went red. Major lymph nodes here in the arm and in the underarm. As you can see here now, totally clear. Fantastic there. The face is much less red. You can even see it starting to see actual skin under the eye, under the other eye. There's the other underarm, completely cleared out. So beautiful, but you can see how crazy this erythrodermic breakout was. I mean, we're not talking about circles here. This was just an all-out coverage. Came back even harder. So yeah, it's been quite a hard 18 months, but it's getting better every day. I feel the healing every day, and I'm just so excited to share this because I mean, this is my passionate purpose. Like, this is my calling in life. I'm not going to do anything else with my life. This is all I'm going to do. There's millions out there who are suffering. The thousands I work with all the time, all you beautiful people who are trying to take it upon yourself to figure this out. I know there's a lot of fear and doubt and anger and depression and sadness. I know it. There's chronic stress, but you gotta break the chain. That chronic stress, that fear, those negative emotions, it just feeds the problem. It feeds the psoriasis. It feeds that. Working on that positive flip, that perspective of I can do this. I will heal. I can heal. Take the can on out. Take the can't out. The not negativity. You can heal. I can heal. The body is incredibly powerful, but it requires the spirit first. The body comes second, and the mind must come in third. The mind must always be in support, focused on the practical matters, the how-tos, another juice, another smoothie, another supplement, another herb. It has to be focused on that. And that's what keeps the positivity brewing and the healing happening. And we'll pick up and pick up and pick up. So, I love all my warriors out there. You guys are awesome. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos here coming up. I have a lot to share, going over some specifics with diet, and I know there's going to be a lot of questions, so let's ask the questions. Let's stir up that awesome conversation. It's like I said, healing equals education plus action plus collaboration, community. The community of warriors out there that are going to kick psoriasis in the teeth and aren't going to put up with this crap anymore. We have the power, we have the knowledge, we have the technology. Let's do this together.